Hi, how's it going? My name is Nathan with SD Virtual Tours, and I'm going to show you and your team how to sell more products, book more reservations, and gain more traffic by optimizing your Google business listing. Alright. Alright, so this is the essential Google My Business guide. Inside this booklet is going to be all of the information that you need to know. Now, there may be variables, there may be little tips and tricks. This is really the essential guide to grow the most proficient way. And so we're just going to go ahead and fly by it. If you guys want this PDF, just go ahead and let me know, and I'll go ahead and send it to you. So here's a table of contents. This is everything the book covers, basically from bottom to top. Really how to hone in and basically look at all this. There's a lot that goes into your Google business listing, and it's important because your Google business listing may be the death or the life of your company. So you need this, right? Again, just let me know if you need this, and I'll go ahead and send it to you. But let's jump right into it. So you need to ensure your business name, address, and phone number are correct on all your listings. That's so important because that is basically what Google is drawing its information off of, right? You can't have it a little different on your website and a little different on your Google My Business listing. It needs to be 100% correct, right? So pay attention to that. Next thing is your Google My Business descriptions. It is so important for you to use every single character to describe your business and use keywords, right? You want to use the keywords that describe your business: SEO, marketing, hotel, bike shop, bike rental, restaurant, seafood restaurant. You want to go ahead and fill your basically about me description of your Google business listing up to the brim with all that info, At the same time, just being clear and concise and not too pushy on the SEO, because that's not good. That's negative. So next thing we're gonna look at is reviews. Now, some of you guys are at a place where you don't have too many reviews, and you want to get more. Well, we all know that reviews are almost like one of the biggest things that Google draws on for ranking. And it affects you, whether you have a 5.0 or a 2.0, which hopefully none of you guys do. And if you do right now, because maybe it was your first client, over time, with enough higher star reviews, it'll go up. But you want to ask the people that come in, whether they purchased or not. Maybe it's just like, hey, can you leave a review on our customer service? Hey, can you please leave a review on your stay here, or on your food, whatever it is. Like, this is how you get up in the marketplace, right? This is how you beat your competition, getting consistent reviews as well as consistently high reviews. Now, this is a no-brainer. You want to update your business hours with just about everything. You don't want people to show up when you are closed. And you don't want people to think you're closed when you're open. So that's just so important. That's crucial, right? Because that right there is already a means for bad reviews. I've seen people get 1 star over this, just because they opened 30 minutes later than they say on their business description, right? So this is important. You want to pay attention to your map location. See, your address may be on point, but your little balloon may not be. And that's something that you need to click and basically drag to exactly where you are. Now, I have had different clients that I've worked with, maybe like once or twice, basically where their balloon, where Google's directing like Lyft, Uber, all these guys to basically go to their location to their neighbor, right? So you got guys looking for, a restaurant, and they end up at the front door of a art studio, art gallery. And that's not cool. Like, obviously, yeah, you could walk around and find it, but again, another grounds to get a bad review. Now, getting your Google My Business categories, I mean, you get a primary and you get additional, right? You want to fill up your additional. You want to be very, very precise on your primary. Like, so if you're a bike shop, right, you want to make sure that it's bike shop, right? Additional categories, bike rental, you know, surfboard rental. I'm over in San Diego by the beach, so like we have a lot of shops that, you know, are bike rental shops with a whole bunch of other stuff, you know, even souvenirs. So you want to make sure that that's covered in there, because people do look those up. Now, if you're a doctor, dentist, lawyer, financial, you know, like basically any of these right here, and you're in a building, but you have a ton of different people in that building, you definitely want to go and optimize and make sure that you're that you are being what do you call it? That you're being shown in the right way. You know, you want to make sure that, you know, when somebody looks up that business address, that you have your own individual listing, right? You don't want to mislead people. You don't want people to look up that address and find out like, oh, you know what? It's just there's nobody here, right? That's the last thing that you want to do. Now, this is there's so many different businesses. Kind of just glance over this, right? Add photos, and more photos. A lot of the reason why some of these Google business listings have more traction than you is because they simply have more content. There's more things for consumers to look at, and as somebody clicks your business listing and looks through your things and looks at your website, and there's a lot of, you know, your click-through rate is high because there's a lot of people looking at it. You know, your ranking and your searchability basically goes up. So you want to make sure you have a ton of high quality photos. You know, this goes to my next thing. And here's specifications. You know, you guys could kind of look through this, pause it, whatever. So right over here is basically like videos. You know, photos are important. Videos are even more so because it retains people's attention. It retains people's attention. Excuse my language, but it retains people's attention, and you need this, right? The longer they stay on your page, the longer they interact with it, the more and more your ranking will continue to go up. So get something dynamic, get something cool. You know, whether it be, you know, quick little infomercial what you do, or a quick little infomercial about the location, you need this. All right, so Google Posts, this is super important. You want to make sure that whether it be events, a sale, a product, you know, that you have those fill in the blank, like, you know, everything has something there. The more you optimize, the more you put content, quality content, the more and more you will be found. So, I mean, like, here's one thing. This is just a small bit of this page, but if you start putting your products and your prices on posts, you know, it stays on your Google business listing, and on top of that, it goes into the product category of Google. So now all of a sudden you're in a marketplace where somebody could actually just buy it off of clicking the products tab. So that's important, you know. All right. Now Q&As, this is a no-brainer. With reviews and Q&As, reply. You gotta reply. It just shows that, one, you are actively in the community. You're engaging the community. The community's engaging with you, and that's another thing that you could do to boost your ranking. Now, I did go through this. This was a quick little overview of what's going on in here. If you guys want to get more in depth with this with your team, just go ahead and let me know in the messages, and I'll send you the PDF so you guys could read over this stuff. You know, there's a lot of things that I glanced over really in this quick presentation, but I didn't want to take too much of your time. So, yeah. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. And again, another thing really, and this is crucial. I mean, like, I've shown you some stuff. If I haven't already, I'll just tell you about it. Google virtual tours are important. They retain attention 4 times longer. They get double the click-through rate. You know, they get triple the engagement. It is just literally like steroids for your Google business listing. So if you don't have that, you need it, right? And you know, I could answer any more questions about basically what that entails. I might put up another video showing more of this stuff. So depending on how this video goes. So yeah, well, thank you for watching, and yeah, make sure to share this with anybody who might need this, and let me know if you need the PDF.